as our countdown continues. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal.
Before the Apollo 11 mission, I was asked if I wanted to send anything in the astronaut personal preference kit. And I said, of course. And so I got a TITAC and went to the moon, and it was eventually auctioned at R&R Auction. My name is Dan Shaywitz, and I worked at the Kennedy Space Center 1968 through 72, through the height of the Apollo program. And I was one of the luckiest people on this planet because I was in the right place at the right time. Got my first job with the company that developed and made the life support system for the astronauts called the PLSS, the PLIS. So I got to work with all the astronauts from Apollo 11 through Apollo 17. And it was just an incredible experience. One of my responsibilities was to test the Apollo spacesuits prior to the astronauts using them, donning and doffing the spacesuit before the astronaut went on the lunar surface. So it was quite an exciting experience wearing an Apollo spacesuit, especially since as a kid I was a space nut. A few years ago, I was considering selling my Apollo memorabilia, and I was quite reluctant because I heard a lot of stories about auction houses, and I did a lot of research. One of the main considerations was that I wanted to make sure that any of the items that I did sell would be bought by individuals that would take responsibility for the items, take care of them, recognize how important these items were for history, and make sure they were curated and kept for posterity. Finally found R&R Auction through a lot of recommendations, and made my decision to sell part of my memorabilia collection with R&R, and I'll never regret it to this day. There are many things that make R&R Auction, as far as I'm concerned, an extremely reliable place to consider selling your memorabilia. I have to say, when I first contacted R&R, I felt like I was part of the family, and it didn't seem like a corporate operation. It seemed very personal. They were honest, very sincere, and extremely passionate about what they do. And I think that passion has a lot to do with their success. Anyone out there that is considering selling any kind of memorabilia, whether it be space-related, based on my experience, you will be extremely satisfied. After the auction was over, I was shocked. I was shocked with respect to the amount of money people were willing to pay. And I really have to owe it all to R&R Auction and their marketing effort. I mean, it was very professional, and I did not expect such a great outcome. And again, I have to thank R&R Auction.